Like it's been chewed. I suspect it's been beaten with a lump hammer or something like that. It's split. It's in a bad way, let's put it that way. And this handle isn't repairable. All the fibres on the end of the handle are completely crushed. So this handle would need to be replaced. But the blade, again, it's a bit tarnished, but it has a maker's name on it. It's Sheffield steel again, and it would sharpen up. If you've got a chisel where you need to remove the handle, take a block of hardwood, just put it against the ferrule and just tap, but don't whack it, just tap it gently. And there you go. Handles come straight off, ready to replace it onto that tang. I've got the handle all turned off the lathe to match the old one. I had to saw the ferrule off, but I have reused it. And I've also opened out the hole so that it will accommodate the tang. Because if you look at the tang, it's tapered basically. From very fine there to quite chunky here. It's a good 1/4 of an inch to 6mm square, because it's like a big old square nail. I'm going to put the blade in the vise there and tighten it down good and tight, making sure that it's not near any of the metal guide rails from the vise. And then basically we're just going to tap it down onto there. Now, just a word of caution here. There's 2 ways you can go about it. You can, if you're experienced, I would say, you can use a blowtorch and you can heat up the tang. But I wouldn't advise that unless you've tried it before, you've done it before, or you've done it under supervision, because it could go very wrong. So instead, I suggest you slightly taper the hole, so drill it and then just widen the opening a little bit. And that should, with a bit of luck, sink down. And it's about 1/4 of an inch shy of actually landing on the shoulder. So if you take a mallet, and you don't want to use a hammer, use a mallet. You could use a rubber-headed hammer, but not a metal hammer. And just gently tap that down. And can you tell how that sound changed? Very dead sound. That means it's fully seated down. And that's in there. That's going nowhere now. We've got a completed chisel. Now, obviously, it doesn't look like the old one because it's raw wood. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to stain the handle down. So if we just pop it back in there, I've got some wood dye here. Actually, it says antique pine, but I did do a quick colour match on a piece of scrap wood, the same timber, and it comes up quite nicely. So if you see that, and you see the original, they look pretty close. So if you were repairing one of a set, this would be a good way to go, because quite often you can find a set of chisels, or you might find a whole group of individual ones, and just one of them needs a new handle. And I don't know about you, but it's quite nice if they all match. Not that it really makes any difference to the actual chisels. But just turn it round. Now I have sharpened this blade, so I'm just being a bit careful here. I don't want to end up cutting myself. Just get into that little crevice down there, so it's all the same colour. So there we go. There's the new handle. There's what's left of the old handle. I think they look pretty good, don't you? What I am going to do now is let that dry, and then I will put a coat of linseed oil on it just to finish it off. Okay, the handle's nice and dry now, so I'm literally just going to put some linseed oil on it. This is boiled linseed oil, by the way. I'm just going to put it on the cloth. It has the most glorious smell, linseed oil. That's going to take it out of the vice, it's easier. Get it all around there. Let's give it a nice shine. Just get a little bit more on the end there. The end grain will always soak up more oil than anywhere else. You can put a bit on the ferrule to stop it tarnishing quite so quickly. And there we go. That one is done and ready. And as you can see, it's got a lovely shine. That was the original one, and they're a pretty good match. I'll leave that back in the vice. Oops. A little bit. There we go. Not too much on there. Oh, just one word of caution when you're using linseed oil. Your cloths, rags, whatever you're using, don't leave them on the workshop floor. Dispose of them carefully. I've never had it happen to me, but apparently they can self-combust. And I certainly wouldn't want anybody's workshop to end up burning down. So I will take these outside and chuck them in a bucket of water, which will make them perfectly safe. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this, if it's been of a help, please give us a like, leave a comment, that would be great. And if you could subscribe, that really helps the channel. Anyway, I'm Dave, I'm the skimp woodworker. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye now.